Nature provides some of life's most essential resources, including clean air, water, healing, which serves as hope for the future. The World Environment Day provides an opportunity to protect our environment and slow climate change from forests to oceans to everywhere. It's a day to raise awareness on climate change, promote environmental sustainability, and offer strategic intervention aimed at strengthening environmental governance, improving sanitation, enhancing climate resilience, as well as raise environmental awareness all over the globe. The Ogun State government, in conjunction with federal government, joined the rest of the world to celebrate the World Environment Day with the theme Inspired by Nature for Climate for Our Future at the June 12 Cultural Center, NTA Abeokuta. Speaking at the event, the wife of the governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, stressed the importance of protecting the environment and preserving natural resources for future generations, saying the state would continue to embrace refuse-derived fuel, RDF technology, and support innovations that promote effective waste management and cleaner energy generation for sustainable economic growth.
It gives me immense pleasure to join distinguished guests, policymakers, environmental experts, partners, traditional rulers, women, youth, and all stakeholders gathered here to commemorate the Ogun State celebration of World Environmental Day 2026. Although the global observance of World Environmental Day is marked annually on the 5th of June, Ogun State has chosen to commemorate this important event today in order to bring together a wide spectrum of stakeholders, reinforce our collective commitment to environmental sustainability, climate resilience, and a greener future for our people. This year's theme, Inspired by Nature for Climate for Our Future, is both timely and profound. It reminds us that nature is not merely a resource to be exploited, but a partner to be protected. As Ogun State continues to industrialize, embracing innovations such as RDF will help us achieve the dual objectives of effective waste management and cleaner energy generation while supporting sustainable economic growth. As always, I am delighted to participate in an initiative that directly touches the lives of women and families across our states. The distribution of clean cook stoves and liquefied petroleum gas, LPG cylinders, to women in Ogun State is a practical demonstration to climate resilience, public health improvement, women's empowerment, environmental sustainability. These clean cooking devices were provided through the collaboration between the Federal Ministry of Environment and the Ogun State government, and I am honored to formally present them to beneficiaries today. The adoption of clean cook stoves and LPG offers a safer, healthier, cleaner, and more efficient alternative. The benefits include significantly reducing harmful indoor air pollution, improve the health and well-being of women and children, reduce dependence on firewood and help conserve forests. They lower greenhouse gas emissions and contribute to climate action.
Mrs. Abiodun, who highlighted the proactive measures being implemented by the Ogun State government to ensure a cleaner, safer, and more sustainable environment.
Under the leadership of His Excellency Prince Dr. Abiodun, CON, through the Ministry of Environment and its sister agencies, the state has continued to demonstrate leadership in environmental governance through improved waste management, environmental sanitation programs, tree planting campaigns, flood control projects, public environmental awareness campaigns, and the strengthening of environmental regulations and enforcement mechanisms. One of the innovative approaches being promoted globally and increasingly embraced within our environmental sustainability framework is the development and utilization of refuse-derived fuel, RDF. Refuse-derived fuel represents a transformational opportunity.
She called on stakeholders to collaborate with the government in addressing climate challenges and securing a brighter future for the state.
I encourage you to become ambassadors of clean energy within your communities. Share your experiences, educate others, and help expand awareness of the benefits of adopting cleaner cooking technologies. Climate action cannot be the responsibility of government alone. It requires a whole of society approach involving communities, businesses, civil society organizations, educational institutions, faith-based organizations, and individual citizens. So as we celebrate World Environmental Day 2026, let us renew our resolve to protect our environment, preserve our natural heritage, and build a future that is cleaner, healthier, safer, and more prosperous for all. The choices we make today will determine the quality of life enjoyed by future generations. Let us therefore choose sustainability over wastefulness, conservation over degradation, innovation over complacency, and collective action over indifference. Together, inspired by nature, we can confront climate challenges and secure a brighter future for Ogun State and for Nigeria and for the world in its entirety.
Also speaking, the Director of the Department of Climate Change, Federal Ministry of Environment, Mrs. Iniobong Abiola Awe, represented by Mrs. Dolapo John Aigbe, described climate change as a major global concern. She noted that traditional cooking methods contribute significantly to indoor air pollution, deforestation, health risks, and environmental degradation.
Global climate change is today a matter of concern to every country in the world. The developing countries, including Nigeria, are not immune to the impact of climate change, and we can only ignore discussions and decisions concerning it at our own peril, which we don't want as Nigerians. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, Africa, among the developing countries of the world, stand out as the most vulnerable continent and region to the impact of climate change, though we contribute minimal to the emissions, but the impact and the effect is on us greatly. And therefore, the world region, which deserve attention to adapt and alleviate this impact. Traditional cooking methods using firewood, charcoal, not only pose serious health risks due to indoor air pollution, but also contributes to deforestation and climate change. In 2024, the Federal Executive Council of Nigeria approved the National Climate Change Policy, and it was launched by the Honorable Minister of Environment at the sideline of the 17th section of the National Council on Environment. The policy seeks to expand access to clean cooking and also to improve and enhance our local producers.
According to her, the clean cooking stoves will help reduce indoor air pollution, lower greenhouse gas emissions, and provide safer and more sustainable cooking solutions for families.
We are all aware the government of Nigeria is committed to Renew Hope agenda, in which one of its focus areas is to unlock energy and natural resources for sustainable development. Achieving this, the federal government is committed to support domestication of the clean cooking policy by implementing the key recommendations and embarking on extensive awareness to communicate co-benefits that cleaner cooking solutions brings and provide technical and business training, which will build the capacity of our local producers and distributors. In line with the above, the Federal Ministry of Environment has, under the Presidential Initiative on Climate Change, made a significant step forward in our shared mission to promote cleaner, healthier, and more sustainable cooking solutions in our communities. Through this campaign, we aim to introduce clean cook stoves as a safer, more efficient alternative to our traditional cooking. We are proud to be joined by you today, the community leaders, women group, market women, and youth organizations, whose presence underscores the importance of this initiative. I would like to appreciate the management of the Federal Ministry of Environment and the staff of the Department of Climate Change that contributed immensely to the success of this process, and also to appreciate the Ogun State Ministry of Environment, particularly the Honorable Commissioner, who has worked tirelessly to see that this process is carried out effectively.
In his keynote address, the Commissioner for Environment, Dr. Ola Oresanya, emphasized that challenges such as deforestation, land degradation, climate change, urbanization, industrial pollution, and ecosystem loss require stronger collaboration and sustained commitment.
Ogun State remains firmly committed to environmental sustainability as a key pillar of development agenda of His Excellency Prince Dr. Abeokuta CON. Over the past years, the Ministry of Environment has implemented several strategic interventions aimed at strengthening environmental governance, improving sanitation, enhancing climate resilience, and raising environmental awareness across the state. Distinguished guests, while we have made progress, challenges such as climate change, urbanization, industrial pollution, deforestation, and economic degradation still continues and requires stronger collaboration, innovation, and sustained commitment. And we are not going to relent in doing that. However, environmental sustainability cannot be achieved by government alone. It requires collective responsibility.
Dr. Ola Oresanya noted that the ministry was working towards strengthening climate governance through the expansion of environmental data systems, improved monitoring mechanisms, sustainable industrial practices, and enhanced public-private partnerships (PPP), while promoting resilience and environmental balance.
A major component of our climate strategy is the promotion of the RDF, which I've just mentioned, as a sustainable waste-to-energy solution. RDF, which is refuse-derived fuel, convert combustible municipal solid waste into alternative fuel for domestic and industrial use, thereby reducing landfill pressures, cutting greenhouse gases emission, and reducing dependency on fossil fuel. In Ogun State, we will continue to invest in environmental education through environmental management and climate change clubs in school. Evidently, we can see all the schools here. We are collaborating. Very soon, the first city will be launching what we call the climate clubs in all the schools in Ogun State. This is still the tip of the iceberg because among of the state is our climate change champion who will be guiding all these children together for the climate change club that will be launched in all the schools. This initiative is to equip the young people with knowledge and skill in environmental stewardship, waste reduction, biodiversity conservation, and climate action.
Earlier in our welcome address, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Mrs. Kafayat Lawal, reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to advancing policies and programs that support environmental sustainability and improve the quality of life of residents.
We join the global community in commemorating World Environment Day under the theme, Inspired by the Nature, for climate and for our future. This theme reminds us of the critical role nature plays in addressing climate change and securing a sustainable future for the generation to come. As environmental challenges continue to grow, we must work together to protect our ecosystems, promote sustainable practices, and build climate resilience. The Ministry of Environment remains committed to advancing policies and programs that support environmental sustainability and improve the quality of life of our people.
Several goodwill messages poured in by the State Head of Service, Mr. Olanrewaju Saka, and other stakeholders at the event.
In Ogun State, under the leadership of His Excellency, the Governor, Prince Dr. Abeokuta CON, environmental sustainability remains a key component of our developmental agenda. As a public service, we recognize that government institutions must lead by example in promoting environmentally responsible practices and fostering a culture of sustainability. In line with this year's theme, the Office of the Head of Service has taken deliberate steps to strengthen environmental consciousness within the state's secretariat and across the public service. One of such initiatives is the establishment of a plastic collection hub located at the rear of Block C of the State Secretariat, powered by the Ministry of Environment in conjunction with the Office of the Head of Service. This initiative is designed to encourage proper disposal and recycling of plastic waste.
The Ministry of Forestry in Ogun State has adopted certain numbers of strategies in response to the threat posed by climate change. These strategies include the Rebel Act of Forest Conservation, in which 50,000 hectares of natural forests were placed under the Omo Shasha Oluwa Conservation Project. These form a block of the remaining lowland rainforest southwest of Nigeria. This forest clearly served as buffer and as aquifer recharge for Lagos State. The Ministry of Forestry, through annual tree planting, has continued to improve on the forest cover of the entire state, hoping to meet with the United Nations specification of 25% of our land area.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security remains committed to promoting climate-smart agriculture, sustainable land management, responsible use of chemicals, efficient water conservation practices, and environmental stewardship among farmers and stakeholders. We encourage practices as agroforestry, rainwater harvesting, soil conservation, integrated pest management, and adoption of environmentally friendly technologies that increase productivity while protecting natural resources. The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security will continue to collaborate with relevant agencies and stakeholders to promote sustainable agriculture, environmental conservation, and food systems that are resilient, inclusive, and sustainable.
Nature remains our greatest teacher and ally in the fight against climate change. The increasing impact of environmental degradation, biodiversity loss, and extreme weather effects remind us that the future of humanity is inseparable from the quality of our environment. As we reflect on this important theme, this year theme, I urge every individual, organization, and community here present to embrace sustainable practice, support climate action initiative, and contribute to environmental conservation. Let us be inspired by nature resilience and work collectively to build a greener, healthier, and more sustainable future for generations yet unborn. The Nigeria Environmental Society Abeokuta chapter remains committed to promoting environmental stewardship and climate resilience through advocacy, education, and community engagement. Together we can protect our environment and secure our future.
The event also featured presentations and showcases by school environmental clubs. Giant strides caught up with participants at the event.
From the topic, it gives us insight about how our activities is affecting the climate and the effect it's having on the environment, and how we can mitigate it so as not to affect the future generation. Change begins with us, so each and every one of us should work on ourselves to stop our every activities of ours that is affecting the environment.
This is a very good initiative by the state government for making this to happen. Like, it's a good one for the market women that were available here, and we students also, we gained more things like how we are going to protect our environment, clean the environment, and for a sustainable future. The way we can keep our environment clean, one is proper waste disposal, disposing our waste properly, and we should stop disposing waste off in our drainage area because it might cause flooding.
It's an eye-opening program whereby they teach us about nature, how to convert waste to wealth and every other thing, how to keep our environment clean and whole. Enlightening us on about every other things, how the environment is, how to like plant more trees in the environment, how to keep our environment clean and whole.
So basically, in my own opinion, what today's program is all about is to create awareness to the general public that our small impact to the environment also matters what the environment gives back to us. So in the very little we can support the environment by cleaning the environment, reducing waste, and also reducing the burning of wood that we should also impact to it.
As the world continues to confront the realities of climate change and environmental degradation, Ogun State remains steadfast in its commitment to promoting environmental sustainability and improving the well-being of its citizens. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, àjọṣe gbogbo wa ni.
Ọmọ Ògùn, Ìṣẹ̀yà, Elédùmarè, iṣẹ́ máa.